All right, in this video, I want to show you how to push out your Heroku example, just so that you'll have that really basic app that you built last module out here in this thing. So a couple files that we need to add. Notice I have app, and inside this app is static templates and all the other stuff that we needed. I'm not really going to mess with any of that. What I want to do is add this new one called proc file. And inside proc file with a capital P, I'm going to type web : space Gunicorn space app : app. Okay. And that's going to tell Heroku that this is a Gunicorn web server and that the name of our file is app. Okay. So we're going to put that out there. Okay. We also need to have our, requirements document. So I'm going to come down here, and it looks like I'm like in remote right now. So if I hit Control C, it's going to get me out of the kind of the remote trying to push. And instead, I'm going to put in, let's just do a pip freeze, okay, dash, I think it's just pip freeze, and it goes to requirements.txt. And I think we have to push it like that. All right, so that is going to, so this little, I guess, greater than sign is going to push whatever we have in our library out to requirements. And right now, if we open up requirements, nothing was in our library. Why is that? Because if I run this right now, it won't work, right? It's missing. So if I go Python app.py, it's going to say no module named Flask. Right? Which means we didn't ever, like, if you remember, we put this stuff in here, but we never installed Flask. So we're going to go pip install Flask, and it's going to go through the whole process, install all those things. And now when I go, I'm just going to hit the up arrow a couple times and go pip freeze. Well, let me just go back down and run that. Notice that it works. Okay. So if I hit Control C, it gets out of that again, and I'm going to hit the up arrow a couple more times and go back to this, and it's going to write it. And if I come back over here and look, everything is there. Okay, so it puts it into requirements. Now, if your requirements is red and not green like it's supposed to be, you can simply right click on it and say get and then add, and it will just make it green. And do the same thing on this app here, get and add, and you can open up this, and I would say pretty much like all of these, right click, get, and add. And let's just make sure that all these everything. So it should all be green. Okay. You could also probably do the same thing like get, add all, and it will add everything. Okay. All right, now that we've got all that done, we've got our proc file and we've got our requirements document. The requirements document is going to be read by Heroku, and it's going to try to install all these requirements. Okay, let's push it up. So I click here, I select everything, and I put in my first message. This is first try to Heroku. Okay, again, that doesn't matter. And I'm going to click commit and push. It's going to say where I want it to go. We're going to say boom, push it, and we'll see how it goes. Now, if I come back over here, I'm inside my thing. I can look and see under activity. It says view build progress. So I can click that. And now it's telling me what it's doing. No Python version was specified, so it's going to use 3.12. It's been declared. There's my web. It installs all that stuff like it needed. There's all the Jenga stuff and all the Flash stuff. So it's all done. And it says build has been finished. So now if I click on the app, open app, it says there's an error. Okay, I'm okay with that. At least it didn't give me an error here. So if I got an error there, okay, what I can do is two ways to fix it. First, I can view my logs, and right here it'll say, this is what the problem, there was a crash. Okay, command not found, Gunicorn command not found. Okay, starting process with Gunicorn app. Okay, command not found. I can go back to my PyCharm. Okay, and I can try to run it, and it should fail here too. Okay, so let's open it up. It did not fail here. Okay, so that means it's working here. Okay, it's not working out here. Okay, So what we're going to do is we're going to figure out why it's not working out here. Okay. So if I take all of this code, okay, starting process, command Gunicorn, I just copy all of that. I just go right into chat. All right. And I just paste it right into chat. It's going to say what my problem is. Okay. Install Gunicorn, ensure it's installed, all that stuff. Okay. Well, wait a second. What didn't I do? So if I go back over here, it's telling me to install Gunicorn. Well, I thought I did that with that proc thing. So I'm going to get Control C to get out of this. I'm going to come back up here and I'm going to look at my requirements. There's no Gunicorn inside my requirements. So I'm just going to simply say pip install Gunicorn. Now, Gunicorn is a little tiny web server. Okay. It's just a web server. And Heroku needs to know. So pip install Gunicorn. It does its little install. And now I look up here in requirements and it's still not there. I need to make sure I freeze it. Okay. So I'm going to go pip freeze requirements. And now it added Gunicorn here. If I go back over here and look, requirements has changed. I'm going to commit and push. I'm going to push the whole thing up to master. I come back over to my and look at my activity and it's saying there's a build process going on. So I click on it and it's sending everything up. App detected. It just installed Gunicorn right there. So everything's being kind of working. And if I come back over and look here and hit refresh, now the app is working out there. So that's how I would troubleshoot it. So when I looked at that ChatGPT, it said the error message indicates that Gunicorn is not available in the environment. Well, I'm thinking those are kind of big words, right? So environment probably means my virtual environment. So to resolve, install it. So I can just simply say pip install Gunicorn. Okay. And that would install it there. But then I got to make sure that I add it to the requirements document, which is the pip freeze. And then I got to make sure I push it out to the thing. So sometimes if you have issues like that, it's something simple and something small, go in and just put it in a chat will kind of trigger what it is, and you can ask it more find out questions. Okay. So here's our Flask example. It's working great. PyCharm is out and everything's working great in PyCharm. Okay. And that's as far as I want you to go for the demo version this week.